The fascist ideal of hegemonic masculinity as extolled by old Benito and his followers. What did this consist of? As you might not be shocked to hear, it was rooted in traditionalism and fixated on the idea of virility. The man in the countryside, the rural dweller, with his bulging muscles, his indefatigable nature, strong work ethic. He was the man who the youth would do well to emulate. The urbanite was the modern bourgeoisie, unpatriotic, not virile. What of the intellectuals? How were they viewed through the lens of hegemonic masculinity? Well, it was a disease of the intelligence, would you believe? A pathology. The fascists were about action and being impulsive. Ideals which are attractive to the youth. To be an intellectual was to be associated with infertility and femininity, not manly. The anti-urban, anti-modern stance is very telling. It's a case of, here's the modern world, we don't like it one fucking bit, except for the aspect of modern warfare, of course, and we want to drag society back to a time of rigid social hierarchy, patriarchy. The way nature intended, as a fascist might see it. So naturally, fascism is anti-feminist, as females are seen as inferior biologically to males. And Mussolini was big on the whole promotion of sport and exercise in men to fend off any creeping effeminate tendencies. Bourgeois, intellectual, effeminate, all of these were associated, and all were seen as toxic influences on the natural order. It's a bit strange. You have this idea at the time of the new man, or Superman, a virile man in love with violence and war, not fearing death, not so bothered with books. Who is he? Is he not a Roman ideal, a return to a possibly imagined past? With fascist ideology creeping into various institutions, pushing this cartoonish version of the ideal male, with the dictator himself as this great example of masculine excellence. Yeah, look at him there. The rejection of feminism didn't begin or end in Italy with Mussolini and the fascists, of course. It has a long history, but yeah. Strict gender roles is clearly prescribed by fascism in its original form. So, to be a man, one must be virile. The man who does not impregnate many women, is he a man in the true sense? So pro-natalism is a key element. The willingness to fight in wars and serve the nation, that's what's going to separate the men from the soft lads, the strong from the gay. The training ground of the virile, hot-blooded, courageous heroes, fucking and fighting, God bless them. As it turned out, fascist Italy was a joke militarily. The Germans had to come and rescue them in Greece and North Africa. Italy ended up surrendering in 1943, being occupied by the Germans, Mussolini being set up as a Nazi puppet in the north of the country. And Italy was eventually liberated by Allied forces after a long and bloody campaign. And as is well documented, Mussolini was humiliated and killed in 1945. The Italian fascist obsession with virility reveals a deep insecurity as far as I can tell. Without virile men, the country, it's gonna go to the dogs. Yeah. The metropolitan is seen as the infertile, where the bougie intellectuals live, and a place where a more modern and independent-minded woman might be found, a woman with her own ideas, a woman who might not have been happy pumping out 10 children in the countryside. The kind of deviant woman who would make a decent fascist's blood boil. Also, we have this view of the city as being materialistic, but not a dangerous place in the same way as the countryside, which was simple, but not safe, the way it's supposed to be. Of course, this is a load of bollocks in reality. City life is fraught with many dangers and challenges. Negotiating the urban jungle isn't always so easy. In fact, it's easy to get into trouble. Yeah. Anyway, please rate, comment, and subscribe, folks. Let me know what you thought about this one. And take care of yourselves. Have a good day.